Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at CRO. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And there's also a donation link down below in the description. If you want to support the kids in Gaza, feel free to do so, and let's jump into the charts. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that we had a really good impulsive move from September, and then we had a nice corrective wave here, and right now we're hopefully printing wave 3 in this potential Elliott wave count. So we have wave 1, wave 2, and this wave 3 is supposed to be the biggest wave, so I don't think this is going to be it for wave 3. We'll see how deep this pullback goes. If this pullback takes us potentially down to this green block, then we'll have to readjust and see what's going on there with the chart. But as of right now, this looks to be a nice wave 1, like I said, wave 2, and the wave 3. Now, we did an update on CRO in July 2023. So this was during this time here. We were giving you some good entry points. Some of the support levels were also met after that video, and we'll jump on the weekly chart and I'll show you exactly what levels we spoke of. But I can clearly see over here, and I'm sure you can too, this falling wedge, and we broke out of it perfectly, ran into the resistance here, back tested it twice, retest of support, and a breakout. So everything's looking good on this chart. If you have been dollar cost averaging into CRO throughout the bear market, congratulations, you've done well, and we're looking at more upside hopefully in the future. As of right now, what we have done is we ran into this resistance of August 2022. We were unable to hold it, unfortunately, and now we're breaking back down. So this white trend line is going to be a really good entry point. If you were looking to get into CRO and you still don't have any tokens, target this white trend line. This was our resistance back in 2021. And then we flipped it to support in 2022 briefly, then we broke below it, and once again it was our resistance. So since we broke above it here in March, it looks like we're going to be getting a back test of support hopefully, and that's going to be a really good entry point. The green support block as well is going to be an important level for us to retest if we can do that, between 10 cents and 8 cents. Those two levels, or anything in between those two prices, is a good entry point. However, I don't know how deep this retracement is going to be. Honestly, I don't think this pullback will be as big as some people might want it to be, and I would like a really big pullback, but I just don't think it's going to be that big. I think people are going to start opening up shorts and they will get liquidated because we're going to have a nice bounce and the markets are going to move to the upside. So will Bitcoin. That's just what I think. How it actually plays out, time will tell. I'm not here to give you any crystal ball predictions. I'm here to give you some predictions based on the charts and previous levels and data that we have, and the Fibbonacci retracements and so on and so forth, both to the upside and to the downside. So if we bring out a fib here, okay, so the 1.618 was perfectly met with this fractal. So we set up a fib from the bottom here to the top here, and we broke above the 1 fib and we got to the 1.618, perfect take profit zone there at 17 cents, and now we're retracing back down. And if you're looking to get into CRO right now, you can if you want to, if you're really eager to get into the project. 25% off the local top, but from the bottom here we're up approximately 200%, so it's not that much. We haven't gone up that much in terms of percentage, only a 3x, but you do have to understand you're not going to be looking at the same gains as the people who got in down here. So if you're coming in at, let's say 10 cents and you're looking for a solid 10, maybe 15x, I would say that's good. Maybe we do a 20x, who knows? Who knows how bullish this exchange can get, but I would just be careful getting in at these local tops. You definitely don't want to be chasing green candles. That's all I'm going to say. Now, another peak here in the overbought. We're moving back down. If we do get down to the oversold here below the index of 30, that would be a really good buying opportunity. Just like when we got down here in September, right over here. And we were almost there back in January, we were sitting at 7 cents or so. That was another great entry point. And if something like that happens again here in April, let's say, and the RSI dumps, then that's going to be a really good entry point based on the price action and based on the RSI. So if you want to wait for that, you have the patience to do that, feel free to do that. If not, I can't tell you what to do. Full disclosure, I don't own any CRO. I was not planning to buy any. In fact, I don't hold any centralized exchange coins. So let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Alright, taking a look at the weekly, we gave you this falling wedge back in July, and I did say that this support trend line of the falling wedge is probably going to hold us if we start dipping again, and we did dip, and it did hold us as support, as well as the 1.272 fib level, as well as the, oops, I did not mean to do that, as well as the 1.414 fib at 0.0486 cents. We did give you this Fibonacci retracement. We did say that if you lose this, your technical target is going to be down here at 4.5 cents. But as always, we have 3 extension levels that we can target. You don't always get to the 1.618, but in this instance, we didn't, obviously. We got to the 1.414 almost, and the 1.272 was a really good entry point. From there, we absolutely exploded. Like, this move to the upside was massive for CRO. We're way past the 200 EMA on the weekly. We've got a bullish cross here, which is when the 20 EMA crosses above the 55. So the chart is looking really, really good. The only thing is that we did not break above the August 2022 high properly. We did break above slightly. That was a fake out, and now we're moving back down. So once we are above that, that's going to be my major bull market signal for CRO. And of course, the first one was the bullish cross here. We just need to wait for some sort of a bounce. From there, once we break above the August high, and we even maybe backtest it as support, who knows, that would be good, but we could just have an impulsive move above it and, target the all-time high from there. But as of right now, your support is the 200 EMA on the weekly, which is around 11 cents. You also have a nice support level over here based on this touch from October 2022, which is when we had this dip into November after the FTX crash. So I would probably look into some entries based on this first touch. Then I would look at the 200 and the 20 EMAs. Those would also be good entry points. But you can see this resistance block that we have above us. If we manage to hold this as support now, we've officially flipped this lower area of the block to support, because obviously this was our support over here, and then we broke below what went into that falling wedge, then we broke out, and then we kept back testing that area as resistance. As you can see, this block and the 200 EMA were our resistance. So this was a good time to be swing trading if you were looking into swing trading. And then we also had a really, really good bounce off of the 20 EMA, as you can see over here in January 2024. Very nice bounce off the 20 EMA, and now during the bull market, the 20 EMA is going to be your support. So I did give you a few support trend lines for the time being if you're targeting CRO. If we have a flash crash and CRO does something like this, you don't have to ask, you don't have to wait. This is going to be a good buying opportunity. If it's a flash crash, if it's a black swan event, unless it's something to do with the exchange specifically, where there is a crash, CRO crashes because of some exploit on the exchange, because the CEO had some legal issues or something regarding their backing, in that case, do your research and see if it's okay buying into CRO. But if it's a market-wide crash and every altcoin does a 40% dip, there is no issues with buying CRO in my opinion, but as always, I'm not a financial advisor. So if we take a look at the weekly RSI, we also got overbought. The stochastic, same thing. Let's take a look at the MACD here. So we did print a bullish cross in February, which was sometime over here at around 10 cents. That was a good entry point for you if you were looking at the MACD as a confirmation, but all of the oscillators are doing really well. Yes, we are overbought. We're just going to have to wait for a retracement. After that, we're good to start entering again. And let's take a look at the volume. We are finally starting to see some volume coming into CRO in March. That's good. And overall, let's set up a Fibonacci retracement for this entire chart just so we can get an idea of what to expect during the bull market. So can CRO break its all-time high? Quite possibly. Can it get to $1.55? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't really follow this exchange that much. If it's going to do well during the bull market, and I mean it's not going to have any issues, withdrawals will not be halted because they did have a lot of that going on in 2021. Some people could not withdraw millions of their CRO tokens, and that was really annoying. So if they don't have any of those issues, I do think the token can probably get to $1.55, and that would be a really realistic and conservative target. I don't think $4 or $5 is doable this bull market, in my opinion. I think there's way too much competition in the crypto market for CRO to have such a high market cap at $5. But again, you have to do your own research into all of these projects. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Look at these fib levels here. You can set up some mid to short term targets if you're looking to get out early. And of course, the all-time high, there's a possibility we get to the all-time high, and that'll be it for the bull market. We're not going to be doing anything else. There's another possibility where we just print a lower high in the bull market and then we go into the bear. Or we do break slightly above the all-time high. Maybe we even get to the 1.272, and that'll be it for the bear market, and for the bull market, sorry. So a few options there, of course. It all depends on how bullish we get. And personally, I would much rather stick with some L1s, L2s, some AI and gaming projects than buy into centralized exchange coins, because I don't want to hold them. I don't like centralized exchanges that much. So if you're into these coins, then feel free to look into the support levels I gave you. Let me know what are your average prices. Let me know if you managed to enter within the realms of this falling wedge, and let me know what are your targets to the upside. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and take care.